Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Punk Arc Review, home of a bunch of opinionated crap you don't care about, also the home of the feedback you provide that we don't care about, keeps us on an even playing field, and we like that. Quick shout out to our sponsor, absolutely no one. Someone should feel bad, give us money. Anyhow, with all the views that we do get, hey ma, it's about time that we dive into something that is going to be a little unorthodox for us, and don't worry, we're not going that way because, man, we are not going that way because half y'all motherfuckers probably piss us off and, just irritate the shit out of us. We are not a political channel, haven't been, don't plan to ever be. So, with that in mind, we do want to, touch on a subject that does scrape that whole threshold of being, a political chat and discussion and debate and whatever you want to call it. It does all that. So, what we need to talk about, though, is, the fact that why Mike Pence is one of the best vice presidents we've seen in action. Now, does that mean he is the best vice president that's ever graced the, presidential political spectrum sphere of the, U.S. of A? No. Okay? Because we haven't studied a lot of vice presidential stuff. So, this is definitely a modern take, and this is what we have seen in action. That is a very, very key in action, why he is one of the best vice presidents we've seen in action. So, let's break it down. Why is this the case? Well, ever since we've been voting, which has been, for a good little while now, we ain't the oldest cats in the sea, but, ever since Obama one term, we were in that election and a little bit of some elections before that, but not the presidential one. I think that was our first presidential election, was Obama's first term. But ever since, we had started, knowing what politics was and everything like that, which, I guess George Bush Sr., during his run and whatnot, and then any political studying through school, we were history majors in college and such, like we definitely have a small background on, different type of, presidential and vice presidential hoopla and whatnot that's gone on over the years. But, that's just a little background on it. Let's round it out and get through this. We're already wasted 2 minutes, so let's go for more. So we got a little background on some stuff, and you got to keep in mind, too, that, back at, the dawn of the U.S. and whatnot, none of that was, recorded on video or audio or anything like that. So there's nothing that can compare it to. So, of modern times, why Mike Pence is one of the, best vice presidents we've seen in action. How can we establish that? Well, with all of these parameters that we've now established, there's no other video evidence of vice presidents from before, television time and such. Way early on, 50s, 60s, I don't know, whenever they first started doing all that. As far as coverage on debates and everything, though, especially vice presidential ones, Mike Pence has had some of the, best public pushed forward, whether they're scripted, straight up, chats that he has and scripted events or anything like that, whether the speech is in his front pocket or he's reading it on a teleprompter, this dude has been able to eloquently, tactfully, and delicately chat and talk about stuff in such a sheer, bring people together kind of tone and vibe that, it's almost unfathomable for us to kind of describe, our thoughts on how well this dude actually does. And, seemingly bringing kind of, people from all walks of life together under a universal umbrella kind of, speech and chat and pattern and, topic of, kind of standing point and whatnot. And it really is remarkable when this guy, does take control of the floor, and has all eyes on him and such to really see, how he kind of handles himself and how he's able to, live up to that. Now, is that to say that, we agree with everything and anything that this dude's done over his entire political career? No, because we absolutely have not followed his entire political career, or anything like that. But What we have followed is what we've seen of him, and what we've seen of him kicks the shit out of any other VP that we've seen in action, whether, news conference, interview, some kind of national something that he's at or another. Doesn't matter. This dude, Mike Pence, has knocked it out of the park, man, on 9 out of 10 occasions that we've seen him. Greatest politician ever? No. Worst politician ever? Probably not. Like we said, we're not a political channel or anything like that, but we do need to make note that Mike Pence is, remarkably very, very good at what he's doing and such, and, it is credible. I don't think a lot of people talk about that ever or anything, at least not in, the political spectrum or spheres of, influence that we listen to or watch or anything. But last time we saw this dude speak, which was at one of the roundtable talks and such, yeah, Mike Pence, you should give us money. About $300,000. Ask Trump for a loan. One of you's got it. Give us the money and we will make crappy videos like this on a semi-regular basis talking about how great you are. And look, our mom votes, so when she watches it, that's pretty much a guaranteed vote for you. So that $300,000 will be well spent, and we need it in cash, and we need it very soon. So give it to us, okay? Come on, Pence, don't let us down. Anyhow, Mike Pence, one of the better vice presidents that we've seen in recent times, especially in action. What can be said about you? Well, you get a thumbs up. Does that look like a thumbs up? No, not in any way, shape, or form. But you know what would help it look like a thumbs up? $300,000 that we could put towards art lessons or something. Would we do that? None of your goddamn business. Give us money. Have a good one. You probably didn't. We'll catch you next time. Probably won't.